The Civil War pitted American brother against brother, and for American Jews, this was no different. Many of those in service were German immigrants, but north or south, they were assimilating to the American way of life and supported their side. An estimated 3,000 served in the Confederacy and 7,500 in the Union. Stories abound of Jews serving in all capacities, heroes and those just doing their parts.
American Jews served for the Confederate Army. Probably the best-known Jewish military man in the South was Abraham Myers. Abraham Myers was born in South Carolina and had attended and graduated from West Point. He served in the Seminole Wars and in the Mexican-American Wars for the U.S. Army. When the Southern states seceded, he resigned from the U.S. Army and immediately joined the Confederate forces. He, like other Southern Jews, were people of their time and place. They were largely assimilated, and for him, when the time came, he was going to be with the Southern states where he was from.
On the other side of the war, Marcus Spiegel served in the 67th and 120th Ohio Volunteers.
He was promoted during his experience in the Civil War, ended up as a colonel. Marcus Spiegel wrote a pretty extraordinary set of letters to his wife that have since been published. And Marcus Spiegel also wrote about some important Jewish issues, including being in the South, in Norfolk, Virginia. He wrote about attending Rosh Hashanah services with the Southerners who they were at war with. Spiegel was part of the Red River Campaign in Louisiana, and when Confederate forces attacked the ship he was on, Spiegel was killed in 1864.
At least 4 Jewish Americans earned the Medal of Honor during the Civil War: Benjamin Levy, David Urbanski, Abraham Cohn, and Leopold Karpoulis.
Leopold Karpoulis was a Czech immigrant that went down to Texas to live with his brother. And he got very upset with the way blacks were treated down there and joined one of the Massachusetts regiments. And during the Battle of Wilderness, the Confederates were pushing the Yankees back. He got up on a tree stump and started waving the flag. And the commander of the division came running up on his horse and yelled out, rally around the flagpole. And that apparently got the division together and they were able to repulse the Confederates. He was cited for that. The interesting thing about it was years later, he actually petitioned Congress. He had to petition Congress for his Medal of Honor, which he succeeded in getting.
Amongst the important developments during the Civil War was the appointment of the first 3 Jewish chaplains to serve in the American military.
There was a Pennsylvania regiment, and as a regiment, they were able to elect their chaplain. This is one of the more unusual regiments in that it had a Jewish commander. The majority of the soldiers were Jewish. And they had elected a young Jewish soldier who was a very well-educated young man to be their chaplain. And one day a visitor came from the Young Men's Christian Association, virtually outraged at the fact that a Jew was the chaplain. The Army regulation at the time authorized chaplains of recognized Christian faiths and gentlemen who had been given also bona fides by their congregation to be chaplains. An official went to President Lincoln, told him the situation. It took a while, but President Lincoln conceded and saw to it that the regulation was changed so that it would allow chaplains from any recognized religion